Listening back to past episodes, I realize how simple my dialogue is. Most of it's just like, yeah. That's what I say a lot. And you're saying like, entering into the recesses of the human consciousness, which then reflects like a mirror of cracked regret. And I'm like, yeah. Like, that's my contribution.
That's hilarious. I get so hung up on little sounds I make. I feel like every time I go to speak, I go... And I notice it on podcasts. I notice it whenever I send people Marco Polos. You know when people will make supercuts of somebody doing something weird?
Uh-huh.
I can just imagine a supercut of my mouth just... Oh, it's mortifying. Welcome to Roden Tomatoes. I'm Ben Roden.
I'm Brady Tomatoes.
Mary Jane Watson, the woman I've loved since before I even liked girls.
It's pizza time. I was with my kids, and Netflix notified me that the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy would be leaving soon. And, I thought it'd be fun to watch the first Spider-Man with my kids, and I talked to Ben about it, and we thought it'd be fun to both watch these Spider-Man movies and then talk about it. Because as we were talking about, as I just was giving my first impressions about the original Spider-Man,
we realized we had a lot
to say. So we have tried to refrain from talking about it.
Which has been hard.
Right.
Which has been the forehead vein meme kid.
Yeah, and so we're here finally. This is the sweet release that we've been waiting.
We're about to shoot our web wads that we've been saving up all over the place.
You're picking up what I'm laying down, dude.
Yep.
So yeah,
the Spider-Man, the Raimi Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man.
Full disclosure, I didn't get to number 3. I watched 1 and 2 in snatches while doing other work projects and at the gym.
Which is probably, I think there's some movies that you can't do that with.
No.
Like Dune needs it's an
right.
experience. You sit down, you watch it. You don't have
Sure.
your phone, you have the lights off. That's the kind of experience you need with Dune. Not so much the Spider-Man, like the Raimi Spider-Man.
Well, certainly not if you've seen it before, which I have ad nauseum.
Yeah.
These were, I'm familiar enough, and it was in some ways like coming home. It was a Spider-Man Homecoming, you might say.
A Spider-Man Homecoming, but way not as good.
Way not as good. At first, I was far from home, but then I had a homecoming. And when it came to the third movie, there was no way home. There was no way that I could get into it. I probably will watch it. I get it confused with the Andrew Garfield ones because they also kind of got bloated in that same way. And for a while, I was thinking, how does Dane DeHaan get into the Raimi-verse? Because I was picturing him as the Goblin with his horrible spiky teeth and crazy hair, and I was like, does he get introduced? No.
That's Amazing Spider-Man
I think that's Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
And let me just say, I hate Dane DeHaan.
Do you really?
I don't hate him as a person, but if Dane
just his face?
He just has like negative charisma to me. He makes the people around him less charismatic. Sam Worthington and Dane DeHaan are both in that category to me, where if I see them, I'm like, this movie's going to be about 10% worse because they're in it.
Really?
Yeah. I think my Dane DeHaan hatred is mostly because of
Chronicle?
No, that's true. I think he is. If that's true, then that's shame on me because Chronicle's awesome. The one that was based on that French comic book, it's like Lulu in the House of 1,000 Suns or something.
What the hell?
It's a Luc Besson movie. Lulu in the House of 1,000 Suns is not even close. Okay, it's the guy that made The Fifth Element, maybe 5 or 10 years ago, made another like sci-fi epic that had Dane DeHaan in it, and he was so miscast. It was him and Cara Delevingne, and it was like, or not Cara. Okay, I'm just swinging and a miss. Okay, just continue. Let me look it up just so people know what the hell I'm talking about.
Lulu in the House of
It's something like that. It's called Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. So I wasn't that far.
Valerian?
Valerian.
Okay.
Yeah, it got okay. And it was like, Cara Delevingne.
That's like, isn't that like Eddie Redmayne or is that?
Yeah, I think No, that might be
Oh.
Jupiter Ascending, but similarly
Same vibes,
crappy.
like really big production.
Yeah.
Just totally.
Anyway, Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne,
Okay.
the worst screen chemistry of any couple of all time.
Okay.
It was horrific. Okay, sorry. That was wild. That was wild stuff. Back to Spider-Man. All right, so you watched Spider-Man 2.
I watched all of them.
You watched all of them, but did you watch them with your kids?
I did. Spider-Man 3 was the only one I didn't watch with my kids. They went to my parents' house, and my kids said, "We want to watch Spider-Man 3." And my dad was like, "They were kind of scared of Venom." So I didn't get to experience that with them, but I did watch the first two. And maybe before we jump into that, you had just said you hadn't gotten to Spider-Man 3. We had like a little bit of a dialogue before. You just said that you were under the impression that there was some studio influence because it's notoriously bad.
It feels
so bad.
It feels super bloated. I had read that there's like beef between Avi Arad, who's like a producer,
Okay.
and Sam Raimi, and that the producer was the one that was like, you have to have Venom in the movie. Because they were like, they had done market
Venom's
research
hot.
that like Venom's hot, we're gonna sell toys, and so he sort of shoehorned him in. Horned. He whored him in. He whored him straight into the movie, much like the melon agenda.
Yeah.
There was a Venom agenda. Big Venom got him in the movie. They were pitching him. Anyway, so I think, and I don't think they've worked together since. So I think Sam Raimi and Avi Arad are kaput.
Okay.
So I like Sam Raimi, and this will become clear throughout this conversation.
Okay.
I feel like maybe there were some things that were beyond his control, and there were plenty of bad decisions I'm sure he made as well.
Yeah, which totally happens when like you're part of a big franchise. Like Spider-Man was huge. Like the Spider-Man franchise was huge. It made a lot of money. It was like one of the first like superhero movies. And so there was probably a lot of marketing, and merchandise that was like on the line. So yeah, I can understand. Like, okay, we got to get Hobgoblin in there because like Harry Osborn, James Franco's character, because he was very much set up from the second movie.
Right.
Like, so that was one thing that had to be in there. Sandman, maybe like for a toy effect. I don't know, toy effect. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then
Venom. I wonder if the symbiote storyline was also shoehorned in as part of like, this is how we get Venom in.
Maybe.
Because it feels like they spend a lot of time with that, and Sam Raimi, the whole like evil Toby sequence is kind of infamous.
It is. Okay. Yeah. I do feel that like there are so many memes that come from Spider-Man 3 for a reason. And I sometimes wonder if, like when you were saying like the production, like there was some like studio influence.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if it was like that Joker Folie à Deux type thing where they're just like, well, I'm just gonna hate make this movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna intentionally make it bad.
Yeah.
Because it really does feel like no professional of like the caliber of Sam Raimi would make that. You did say he made Army of Darkness, right? Which is kind of a campy.
Yeah.
Comedy
I mean, he
horror type thing.
loves to sort of toe that line, and there's definitely like some really fun campy stuff, especially in 2, that I love and feels perfect. But in that movie, it's like it's beyond the pale. And sometimes I feel like people. I kind of wish I would have rewatched it, and I probably will, because I kind of feel like people maybe missed the joke, specifically with the Dark Toby stuff.
Yeah.
Because it almost feels like when you watch it, it feels just embarrassing.
Uh-huh.
But there's almost like, is there a meta reading of this where he knows that it is, and his whole point is like, nobody would believe Tobey Maguire as this evil douchebag, so let's really lean into it and make it horrible? I don't know.
It's like the softest evil.
Yeah. They just give him bangs.
Yeah.
And he starts wearing like a sport coat without a tie.
Yep. Finger guns. He starts jazz dancing. I actually saw an interview with Tobey Maguire where he's talking about Spider-Man 3, and he said, I was like working with Sam, and he's like, Sam, I think I'd like to go darker. And I was like, oh man, that was your definition of darker? Because it was very It's like, can you get some? Like at one point, there's like the neighbor. He's like, could you give me some milk? And
oh
so
yeah,
she goes, gets milk,
because
like,
it's the same neighbor. It's like his landlord's like
daughter.
cute blonde daughter.
Yeah.
That seems like a will they won't they in number 2 because he
Yeah.
won't commit with MJ.
Yeah.
So then he like tries to big time her.
Yeah,
in the third movie.
He's talking on the payphone outside, but I don't even know. But he's just like, yeah, run those numbers again. It's just some generic thing, and she's just standing by him with a plate of cookies, and he's like, thanks. And he's like, he's eating this cookie. He's like, get me some milk. And she's like, okay. And he's like, oh, you got any nuts? She goes, no. I have some, but I could make some. He's like, yeah, could you make me some? Like, he just says, do you have any nuts? And she says, I think so. He's like, could you go make me some? That is the pinnacle of evil.
Asking for cookies. Does he call anyone doll? Because it seems like that's sort of the route he's taking.
I don't
Grab
know
me some milk, doll.
I don't know if he says doll, but he does say like.
It seems like pet names start coming out.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Zoot Suit era like pet names like that. He does throw a couple of those out.
Zoot Suit era pet names. He's calling J. Jonah Jameson Daddy-O for some reason. Dude, I now I'm feeling bad that I didn't watch it. I feel like I need to rewatch it.
It's fine. We've talked about this before, but when you come across a meme in the wild, like the original source of the meme, it's hard to unsee the meme.
Yeah,
because there are so many memes, like the Tobey Maguire like cry face.
Yeah,
or the
even in 1 and 2, like the J. Jonah Jameson laughing.
Oh yeah,
meme,
yeah.
Like I was amazed at like, oh my gosh, there's so many kind of iconic meme images from the series that I didn't even realize.
Yeah, there are so many memes that came from that series, and I feel like most of them are from Spider-Man 3, like where. Oh my gosh, dude! Yeah. We don't have to spend so much time on Spider-Man 3 because I feel it's been talked about so much. But there's a scene where James Franco's character tells Tobey Maguire, "Hey, I'm the other guy that like MJ broke up with you about." And like the waitress comes over like, "How's that pie, hon?" And he goes, "So good." It's like this revenge. It's like it's so good. And then you see Peter Parker leave, and he's across the street and looks in through the window, and that's when you like the really classic meme where he like kind of turns around like. Like the really cheesy,
demonstrably
it's
chewing.
Like 2 really good memes in like less than 5 seconds.
Wow. James Franco, like you watch a James Franco movie now and you're like, how did we let this guy get famous? It's like he doesn't care that he's in the movie. Like there's something sort of likable about him, but he's kind of like he's giving like 35% effort at all times.
I do feel that James Franco, my favorite James Franco role is that of the Pineapple Express.
Oh yeah,
he was probably because it's just like, dude, just show up and smoke, and he's like,
no,
right on.
It's like he's kind of like a Keanu Reeves, where it's like he is like Bill and Ted's Adventure. That should have been it for you.
Yeah,
that's your thing. I don't believe you as John Wick. Maybe as John Wick because it's like he's so deadly, he's autistic. I've never watched a Keanu Reeves movie other than Bill and Ted and thought, oh, that's convincing.
He's so deadly.
Oh man. All right, let's talk about Tobey Maguire.
Oh yeah.
I feel like in Spider-Man 1 and 2, it's really easy to like Peter Parker, but it's really hard to like Tobey Maguire.
Yes.
Part of it is that sort of Billy from Power Rangers effect where he is heavily 26 years old. And like once they get to college, you're like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah.
But freaking Tobey Maguire's face in high school it will not stand.
No, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Also, speaking of just weird ages, I understand that like this may be comic book based, but why are Uncle Ben and Aunt May like 95 years old? Aunt May with her little like dress gloves, she feels like she's from a completely different era and a completely different movie. And so whenever she's on screen, I just kind of start laughing. And she's always in peril. She gets absolutely like harassed by Green Goblin, and then the next movie, Doc Ock immediately just grabs her at the bank. She's just constantly like, "Oh no!"
You are touching on one of my biggest gripes. So, as a kid, I loved these movies.
Right.
I loved them. I saw them in the theaters. I thought they were so great. I was on the train for a long time. I was like, Spider-Man 2, that's a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah.
At one point, I felt that. Going back, I've changed my Letterboxd score, and I've lost friends because of it, because I did not like these movies. I did not like them. I'm not letting my nostalgia cloud how campy they were, how like I'm thinking of the script, and it just seems like so poorly written. And Aunt May was one of my biggest gripes, because every time she was on the screen, she just like chewed the scenery. It was so over the top.
She's really something.
Yeah, and so Aunt May's performance.
She feels like stock old lady.
Yes,
like with the little head wrap and like beating Doc Ock with an umbrella.
Yes. And her character choices were just like, old woman.
Right.
That's it.
That's
old.
Me. I'm old. Frail, but oh damn, I'm lovable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was, oh man, it was so hard. The other thing you touched on, you said she's always in peril. I feel like that's something that I noticed in this one, is there's so many conveniences, like that.
Right.
That one character needed to be at the right place at the exact right time, and that was like almost every like inciting incident in the movie.
Yeah.
Like there's the different like characters. There's like the proactive character that like moves the plot forward, that makes choices. And Peter Parker in these movies, like besides maybe him going to Bonesaw's ready.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Besides him making that choice,
Randy Savage.
A lot of it.
What a cameo.
I know. It was so great. But besides making that choice, a lot of the things are just kind of in his way. Like, he just happens to be there.
Yeah, it's true. Stuff happens to him a lot. And the second one, it's sort of, I really started to feel that, like, what is he doing? And the movie deals with his, like, lack of motivation and trying to figure out, am I Peter Parker and am I Spider-Man? But it is kind of like he just hangs around until a villain does something and then he has to react to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very true.
And so I feel like a few times you can get away with this, but like going back to Aunt May, so this is one of the things I really had a problem with in the second movie, is that the exact time that Peter Parker and Aunt May are going to the bank to try to refinance her house.
Yeah.
That is the time
That's
that
when
Doc Ock
decides
to go to that particular bank in all of New York City. He goes to that particular bank and starts ripping things off. So Spider-Man then starts, like, they're fighting, and then Doc Ock is kicked out of the bank, and he's going to grab a hostage to protect himself. Who does he grab?
Right.
Aunt May.
Right.
So he takes Aunt May, goes to the top. Like, he's climbing up the building. They kind of fight. And then it's a lot of just there's so many ledge grabs in these movies. It's like absolutely
always on a ledge
insane,
grab.
the amount of ledge grabs.
I will say this. One thing that holds up quite well. First of all, I feel like the effects are very good.
Yeah.
Given the age of the movie.
Yeah, totally.
They do a lot of practical stuff with the tentacles. Like, whenever it's a close shot, they, like, built prop tentacles.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I feel like I was like, this holds up better than I thought it would.
Sure.
There's the scene where the hands of the clock break off, and Spider-Man has to catch it.
Oh.
And then he throws it back up the ledge at Doc Ock. I remember that being cool, and that held up for me. That was dope. But you're right. And they also, so much of the movie is about Peter Parker saying, I can't let anyone know that I'm Spider-Man because it puts them at risk. But then the people he loves are at risk anyway.
No matter what.
And also, wouldn't it make more sense if Doc Ock figured out who he was? Even in the first one, they allude to like the Goblin knows it's Peter Parker, but Peter Parker is like has no idea that it's like he's just an idiot. He has no idea that it's Harry Osborn.
Yeah, Norman
Osborn. Anyway, I started to feel like there should be more stakes around his identity that are not here.
Yeah. And I know it's like also hard. You see this in superhero movies and you hear it from actors. But like it's hard for people to act with a mask on.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's so many times that just Spider-Man just like rips his mask off. Or I can't remember which one. It's like 2 or 3, but his mask is like partially. I think it's every movie. Like the final.
It's definitely
showdown,
in the first one when he's fighting Green Goblin.
His mask is just like partial, and so you just get like a little bit of Toby's like doughy face.
Well, and it's naturally doughy, but then when you like have like spandex pulled across it, it's just like Toby lip. It's rough to look at.
And it's just the juxtaposition between like Toby's really doughy like. Just kind of droopy round face versus like the Spider-Man really cut like cool angle like
there's not a single angle on Tobey Maguire's face.
Yeah, it's just like
freaking Toby. Here's the issue. Toby looks too old.
Mm-hmm.
Toby's like I don't know. You kind of like want the bullies to beat him up. He's like a little smarmy and like I think part of this is colored by the fact that I think he's kind of a piece of shit in real life.
Right.
Like after like Vanity Fair wrote about him, after Molly's Game came out, that I'm kind of like, I think I'm rooting harder against him now as an adult than I ever was before. Because I probably thought he was fine. I will say this. Other than Toby, I feel like, and 35% effort, Franco. I feel like there's a lot of very fun performances in these movies. Willem Dafoe in the first one, having the time of his life. Just so great. I love the whole, like, the mask becomes his alter ego, and it's just, like, tempting him with evil. I think that's so fun.
Yeah.
Also, in 2, there's a scene where... Oh, no. It's in 1, where James Franco shows up at Norman's house, and he's just off in the background somewhere cackling. Like, imagine like coming to visit your dad and he's just like, Spider-Man! It's so freaking great. Also, there was one thing that I wrote down that I had to mention. At the beginning of the movie, they find out like, oh no, we're going to lose funding for our super soldier project.
Oh, yeah.
And so Norman Osborn's like, I'm going to strap myself in and test myself. And he climbs on the table and they strap into the little gurney and he goes, oh, that's cold.
Oh, it's cold. Honestly, I love like because I feel it's very real.
Right.
I love that. I love when movies do that kind of stuff. When they take time to do that, or like Rick and Morty, I feel is very good at that. Where it's like they're stumbling over like what they're trying to say.
Yeah. They add those little like realistic touches. I think so. You said they're not very well written. I think there are some like story issues. I do think, especially in the first one though, there are little moments like that are like, oh, like they're taking this seriously.
Right.
And it's funny in a way that's much different than like Marvel funny, where it's very kind of cynical or like I always think about this. We talked about this being kind of the first big superhero movie that was good. Mm-hmm. Really probably since
like X-Men.
Well, that's true. X-Men were around the same time period.
X-Men was
though.
like 2000. Spider-Man was 2001 or something. But
anyway, but I think it's really interesting to contrast these movies to the MCU because this one ends. Spider-Man 3 is in 2007. Iron Man is 2008.
Yeah.
And they're very, very different.
Very.
They feel like very different products. And I think there's something kind of like shaggy and sweet and kind of like, I don't know. I like them.
Sure. I think so. And just because I have said like I don't really care for these movies anymore, it just means like if ever I get to a point where like I want to watch something, I'm not going to sit down and watch like the Sam Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
Watching with my kids or like watching it for the sake of having a discussion, totally. I'm not going to be against it. And maybe I said like maybe bad writing is not the right word, but it's as far as like a plot goes, like it's a very lazy plot.
Mm-hmm.
Because they all end with somebody suspended on like a bridge. Like every single one is Mary Jane. Yeah. Every single time Mary Jane is captured and Peter Parker has to save her.
Yeah.
Every time.
It's either Mary Jane or Aunt May getting captured with the villain not knowing that they're related to Peter Parker.
Yeah.
That's poor.
So
I get that. I think there are some dialogue scenes that are fun. Let me put something to you here.
Okay.
Mount Rushmore of best ever casting. Jesse Eisenberg as Mark Zuckerberg.
Mm-hmm.
Val Kilmer, Doc Holliday, Tombstone. Ian McKellen as Gandalf.
Yes.
Honorable mention, Richard Harris as Dumbledore.
R.I.P.
Completing the pantheon, J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
100%.
He is phenomenal.
Yes.
The introductory scene of J. Jonah Jameson, I was laughing for 2 minutes straight because it's just nonstop jokes. Like, he's on the phone. He's like this grumpy old cat that's being pawed at, and he's just like shutting everyone down. Yeah. Mr. Jameson, we have a page 6 problem. Shut up. We're working on page 1. Or like the secretary's like, the investors are calling. They say they won't wait. They're about to. It's so good. And he never stops being a dick to Peter. He's like, you're fired. You're rehired.
Yeah.
Give
you $100.
He's so funny.
Which is interesting because I feel like a lot of times you see J.K. Simmons. It's in that it seems like very true to how he likes to play.
Yeah.
Right. You see almost like J. Jonah Jameson in like Whiplash as well.
Yeah.
Fletcher with Whiplash. So
it's like if J. Jonah Jameson had taken a different career path.
Yeah. J.K. Simmons is so good. He's so good in that. And it's interesting because J. Jonah Jameson was written way before probably even J.K. Simmons got into acting. Right. Like Spider-Man was created way earlier.
Yeah.
But it's like
it
the
feels
two were just like almost like star-crossed lovers. Like, I can't imagine anybody else playing J. Jonah Jameson.
No, it feels like somebody met him and they're like, I'm gonna write this crusty newspaper editor.
Yeah.
Here's what I love about J. Jonah Jameson. There's a scene where he has this confrontation with Peter Parker. He tosses his cigar out the window, and then it gets flipped back onto the desk, and then immediately Green Goblin bursts through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man. See, like, that's actually funny and like campy in a very fun, like, I'm glad I'm at the movies sort of way.
Yeah.
But what I love is, like, even though he's like such a scumbag, he's like scrupulous in that he doesn't give Peter Parker up. Like, he has this little heroic moment where Green Goblin's like, where's the guy that takes pictures of Spider-Man? And he's like, I've never met him. And I'm like, good for you. Like, he's such a bastard, but he's kind of heroic. And then later on, when Doc Ock is on his rampage, he has Spider-Man's like suit that they find in the trash pinned to his wall. And he starts this heartfelt speech about, I was wrong. He's a hero. And then Spider-Man steals the suit, and he's like, I want that arachnid brought to justice. It's so freaking good. While we're on performances, Doc Ock is fantastic.
Alfred Molina is great.
He's so great in that movie. And it's like he's giving it more than he needs to.
Yeah.
Like, he's taking it seriously, and he's so much fun. And I think just what these two movies share is, like, good bad guys, which I think make for a good comic book movie.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe and Alfred Molina definitely they're having fun and they're great performances.
Yeah.
One thing that I will say about Spider-Man 2 that I like, even if I say at the end of the day I don't really care for the movie, the cinematography in Spider-Man 2 was really good.
Yeah.
It was really awesome. I loved the it's become more iconic, but really kind of close up over the shoulder where Alfred Molina looks back, and like sometimes it's like you'll see reflection in his goggles, and like
they do a lot with his glasses.
Yeah, and that was really cool.
Yeah,
I thought that really communicated like the sense of like power and like him kind of just being in control. Like even when it's like from his back, he's still like very aware of what's going on.
Yeah, I thought
it was really cool. Like I love the cinematography in 2.
Yeah, there's another shot where Spider-Man I think it's like, I think what happens is Spider-Man decides or Peter Parker decides, I have to be Spider-Man. He has that vision with Uncle Ben where he sort of recommits to the mission.
Yeah.
And they do a really, really campy, fun image where the Daily Bugle twirls onto the screen and says, Spidey's back! And then he bursts through the newspaper. And then that shot is direct into Spider-Man swinging. And then you see, like, that's all taking place in Doc Ock's goggles. It's very cool.
Yeah.
That is one thing that I like. The cinematography and just the shot selection, it feels like there was a vision behind it, which in some, like, which sometimes you don't get with Marvel movies. It feels like this is very polished and made by a committee.
Yeah.
But in these two movies, and probably in the third one, like there's a sense of like somebody's like this is somebody's vision.
Yeah.
They do a joke that probably happened before and has happened a billion times since, where the guy gets on the elevator with Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's like the classic, like we're gonna sit in silence and listen to elevator music, but it goes on for like a minute.
It is a really long shot.
Like they are committed to the bit, and it's like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Also, when you talk about vision, I love Sam Raimi. The scene where they're trying to surgically remove the tentacles.
Yes.
And it is 100% like an Evil Dead Army of Darkness scene.
Yes. That is one thing that like I'm like, wow, this was an awesome scene because that felt like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like it was so well done.
It is so Sam Raimi where they'll put the camera on the tentacle or they'll do a POV shot from the tentacle, and there's like the guy's being like strangled against the wall and he looks over and they do like a quick pull zoom to the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Like it's phenomenal. I love that scene.
There was I think maybe this is the issue. I feel like tonally it shifts quite a bit.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
You can get like the super campy stuff, like like you said, like Green Goblin bursting through the wall like Kool-Aid Man. I think if tonally it was consistent that way, then it wouldn't feel so jarring.
Yeah.
Because even in that scene, which I thought was a great scene, I love the shot like from kind of the floor, like where you're seeing Alfred Molina's covered eyes, and he's
face down on the table, and
all the things are just like going into town. I was like, oh man, there's some really cool shots. But then there's a shot where one of the doctors, like it's just like a black, she just gets dragged into blackness, and she goes, ah!
Oh yeah, her fingernails.
Her fingernails like bring up shavings of the metal floor.
Yeah, it's like the floor's made of clay. Yeah, that's intense.
Stuff like that. I was like, okay, that was. I can see it's like a horror thing, but also you kind of went a little extra on that, and so the tone just shifts so much, and so I think that's where it feels like this just feels disconnected.
It's true, and I wonder if it's like trying to emulate comic books more, because if you read a comic, they can kind of be that way.
Yes, that's true.
And I wonder if it's colored by the fact that like we are used to Marvel movies where everything is sort of like winky and kind of too cool for school, and so maybe being exposed to something that is more campy feels kind of like, ooh.
Yeah.
It's different. It's a very different tone. Overall, I had an absolute blast watching both of them.
Yeah.
I need to get back into the third one.
It was, I mean, in no way, shape, or form am I saying no one should watch these movies. I'm just saying, like, as I watched them, it was very fun because, like, there was a lot more eye rolls from me, because as a kid I was like, oh, this was so cool, and as an adult I'm like, oh my, what is going on?
I rolled minute one, Spider-Man 1. It's Peter Parker doing the like, you may be wondering how I got here type of just like horrible opening narration, but he says the line, speaking of bad writing, Mary Jane Watson. It's showing her on the bus and he's running beside the bus. The woman I've loved since before I even liked girls. I was like, what? What does that mean? That's horrible. I don't like the implications of that. That line I immediately wrote that down. The woman I've loved since before I even liked girls. Is he saying before he loved girls, he loved women?
Or he was homosexual.
Right. There's just a lot to unpack. There.
Oh, man.
Outrageous stuff. Well, now is the time in the podcast where we introduce the Muppets.
Here it is.
And you may be shocked the direction we've taken. It's got to be Spider-Man 2. Are you saying 3?
Well, I thought maybe, because Spider-Man 2, I feel, of the trilogy, is the more beloved thing. So we're thinking, okay, maybe Muppets.
It has to be.
But you suggested, Ben, that Spider-Man 3
There's more to work with.
Has more to work with.
Yeah.
And it can only go up. If we want to make something better by making a Muppet remake of it, Spider-Man 3 has the most potential to be a better movie.
True.
And there's way more people to cast, so you can get a myriad of Muppets in there.
A myriad of Muppets. there's also the sort of metatextual joke to be made of like, look at how many characters we're stuffing into this. Yes. Okay, so the classic question with the Muppet film: who's the person?
Who's the person?
It's got to be J.K., doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Did you have an alternate?
I was thinking like I would love to not have Tobey Maguire in there, but I feel like Muppet movies typically like the main character is like a human and they're interacting in like a Muppet world, but we're making our own damn movie.
Right.
And as we stated before, you cannot separate J.K. Simmons from J. Jonah Jameson.
No, and I just feel like he needs to be surrounded by Muppets. Has it happened already? It seems like it just fits that he would be like putting in a 10 out of 10 performance opposite Kermit the Frog.
I don't know if he's ever interacted with Muppets, and I feel that's a shame.
He should.
I think the closest. Have you seen the Chippendale, the 2023?
Oh yeah.
Like he's the Clay, he's the Gumby kind of character.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But
that's Muppet adjacent.
Yeah, because I think there are like at some point Muppets in the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if there's actually anything.
It feels
like
right. It feels.
And that needs to happen.
It feels like J.K. Simmons' Homecoming.
Yeah. So J.K. Simmons is J. Jonah Jameson. Do you recast a different person? Like, do we want to have Spider-Man as like a human, or do you feel like there's like a Muppet that would fit the Spider-Man role?
Usually I'm sort of Ryan Johnsoning this. I'm usually just flouting conventions, flouting expectations. But I feel like in this case, you have to say Kermit's a really good Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And Piggy's a very good Mary Jane.
Okay.
I feel like you don't, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You just march ahead. Also, just imagine like a slightly frog-shaped Spider-Man. Like just a Kermit-shaped Spider-Man suit is so funny.
Or do we like in the Muppets, they introduce Walter like a new character. Do you have a pig like a new pig?
A spider pig.
Yeah, so we introduce Spider Pig because that is also.
Oh,
so
I like that.
That could be an option.
Okay, because then
that ties into Spider-Verse and
true, but also Kermit, phenomenal Uncle Ben.
Oh yeah,
that might be the answer. And then Aunt May is Aunt Piggy.
Yeah, maybe. Because Kermit keeps coming back as like the words of wisdom.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Well, it's not that easy having great power. But when you have it.
Imagine. Okay, here's one thing though. Imagine if we have a human Spider-Man, the incredible death scene where he's cradling Uncle Ben's bleeding body in the street, but it's just Kermit. The reason I love Kermit Peter Parker is J.K. Simmons just berating Kermit. Seems so much fun.
That does seem very fun.
But I think Kermit Uncle Ben is too good. I think that's really really good. And then what's the little mini Kermit like that plays Bob Cratchit? What's his name?
Gosh, yeah, it's like Kermit's nephew or something like that.
Robin.
Robin.
I never knew his name was Robin the Frog. That's so cute. Could Robin be Peter Parker?
I feel like that could work actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we're not doing like a pig because whenever like Miss Piggy and Kermit are together, the boys are always frogs, the girls are always pigs. So yeah, I do feel like Robin. Robin could be actually. I'm loving this more and more.
Yeah.
So Robin is a very adorable Peter Parker,
and just the teeniest Spider-Man. That's so cute.
And still kicking people's ass though.
Oh, absolutely. Just fully, just whipping people around.
Yeah.
Like dolls. You could have a scene like he's so small that you could have a scene where he hits the windshield of a bus and then they windshield wiper him off.
I love this so much.
You do the upside down Mary Jane kiss, but he just comes down and he's like the size of a Christmas ornament. It's so good. There's so many good gags with Robin.
So we've got who would be Mary Jane. Maybe this would be another human.
Having Robin pine after a human woman would be so funny.
Yeah. Do you still stick with Kirsten Dunst, or do you go with? I don't know.
I can't even speculate.
Maybe this is a no name. Like
maybe it's an unknown.
But they get their shot.
Is Gwen? But who's Gwen Stacy? Janine or Janice? Who's the one that's just all lips and closed eyes that's in the band?
From the
Electric Mayhem.
Electric Mayhem. Yeah, I could see her because I think she's already set up with the bangs, and she's not a
set up with the bangs.
She does.
Yeah.
She's not like a huge character.
No.
Which is
do they? They don't do the death of Gwen Stacy until the Andrew Garfield ones, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Because I just had a picture of the horrible scene where he catches her and she snaps. Yeah. Imagine that with a Muppet body. That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's just brutal and hilarious.
We'll have to revisit the Amazing Spider-Man sometime because those are in a whole different camp. Like I think this may be controversial, but I think Andrew Garfield is my favorite Peter Parker. Like he's just got like. He seems smart, but he's got enough quip and sass.
Yeah.
Anyways,
he's sassy. There's no mistaking that.
So we're going. I actually was thinking with Spider-Man 2, you could introduce like Pepe Le Pew as because he has multiple arms.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? As Doc Ock, but maybe because we're just
the power of the sun in the palm of my hand. Okay. That's pretty good.
And maybe we shoehorn him into.
Maybe it's just 3. A rogues gallery.
Sure.
Any villain we can think of. Jamie Foxx, you're in.
Sure.
Gonzo, Goblin.
I could see that. I feel like.
Imagine the Willem Dafoe arc with Gonzo where he's talking to some version of himself. There's like evil Gonzo talking to good Gonzo.
That is true. I do feel Gonzo is the more unhinged of the Muppets, so to have that like dual personality type thing. I want to get like Sam Eagle in there somehow. I don't know if he's a villain.
No, I don't think Sam Eagle's a villain. I think if you're trying to make Sam Eagle a villain, you're going to have a bad time. Yeah. He's just too principled. Sam Eagle as, you make him a villain this way. Sam Eagle as Dr. Connors, who loses his arm and becomes the Lizard Man.
Okay, in another movie, because in
this one, he's just the kind of like withholding mentor figure who's like, good job, Parker.
Yeah. That's very good. It's a symbiote. Which, I can't wait for you to see the third one because they just have to spell things out. It's like, man, this kind of resembles like a symbiote. It's like he just like
it's giving symbiote.
Yeah, it's like something that falls from the sky, and he's like looking at it through a microscope, and he's like, this kind of is like a symbiote.
It has symbiotic characteristics.
I'm pretty sure it really embodies the characteristics of the person that like touches it. And it's like, okay,
I just get that feeling when I touch it.
Yeah, I'm a scientist. As a scientist,
oh my gosh,
tell you exactly what this is. So I was thinking with like J. Jonah Jameson, he's got a lot of people that are coming in and out. And I think it'd be so fun to have Beaker and Dr. Honeydew. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine like J. Jonah Jameson? Those are two of the people.
Yeah.
Like Beaker comes in like me. He's like shut the hell up. And, like just it'd be so good to have Beaker in there.
That's great. That's very good. I was thinking somehow putting Dr. Bunsen. Is that his name?
Bunsen Honeydew.
Honeydew.
Yeah, Bunsen.
I always want to call him Dr. Yeah, Bunsen and Beaker. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, I keep thinking of him as in a lab scenario. Maybe he's Dr. Connors, but that's way funnier. Having them just like, excuse me, sir. And he's like, get the hell out of my office.
I believe we have a problem with page 6. It's about to be page 1. me. Tell it up. Tell me up. Like whatever. It's so great. Yeah, so we still have, man, there's so many characters in
There's
Spider-Man
so many
3.
characters. Here's the thing, though. You don't even have to do named characters. Anyone that Spider-Man saves in a montage, Muppet. Like, Rolf's a little pizza delivery guy that gets mugged. Robin swings in and saves him.
Okay. I'm just getting this. So you suggested Gonzo for Green Goblin. In Spider-Man 3, Green Goblin he just appears in the mirror. He's talking to Harry Osborn. But what if we cast Goblin as Venom, as Eddie Brock?
Wait, Gonzo?
Gonzo.
Okay, you said Goblin, and I was like,
yeah, sorry.
So Gonzo as Eddie Brock. I like
Gonzo as Eddie Brock. He feels very disheveled. He's like trying to get himself like into the photography scene.
Yes.
Wow, look at these pictures of Spider-Man that I took.
Yeah.
And then to see like the symbiote kind of take over, and then it has to like wrap around his nose.
Oh yeah. And every time we build up to them saying the word symbiote, we just say whatever instead. This looks like a whatever.
I do think that'd be.
That's good. That's very, very good.
To have Gonzo be Venom.
Okay. What about Sandman? He's hard.
He is hard.
That would also be funny to just have Thomas Hayden Church in the movie. And his daughter is a Muppet.
Oh yeah.
And his story is completely unchanged. He plays it totally straight.
There's literally no change from Spider-Man 3.
It's word for word. We lift the script, and Thomas Hayden Church, now 20 years older, is just in the movie.
He accidentally shoots Kermit when he's scared. I think I'm okay with that. We've made a couple of exceptions, like where we have more than one human. But I think I'm okay with that because Thomas Hayden Church, I do feel
it's a big cast. You have to make concessions.
Yeah. Just enough like natural pain in his eyes to. Yeah.
You need that gravitas. You need the Michael Caine effect.
Yeah.
To really sell the Muppet movie.
Especially when Gonzo shows up to recruit him to fight Spider-Man, played by this super tiny frog. I think that could work. I think that could work really well.
I'm thinking back to the scene in Muppet Christmas Carol where they show Kermit ice skating and how much joy that brought me. I'm just extrapolating that into full kung fu fight scenes with little baby Robin. It fills me with just exhilaration thinking about it.
Disney and or Marvel and or Sony, if you are listening to this podcast, which I'm sure you are, please make this happen.
Imagine okay, I've told you this before. I love seeing Muppet bodies and Muppet feet.
Yeah, Muppet.
Like when you get to see like a little Muppet soft shoe injected into my veins. But just imagine like the classic Todd McFarlane Spider-Man pose where he's kind of like crouched. But just imagine that with Robin's body in a spider suit.
That's it.
That's the funniest image I think I can conjure in my brain. I love it.
Yeah.
Please make it happen.
Okay. I think we've come up with something beautiful here.
I think we have. I think this is maybe our best yet.
The only thing that sucks about doing this is now I'm going to be thinking about it forever, and it's a dream that
it will never happen.
Be realized.
No. We've set ourselves up for disappointment.
Yeah. But you know what? It's not about the destination. It's about the journey.
It's about the homecoming.
That's right. This episode brought to you by Big Venom. We shoehorn him in there.
Big Venom, Big Melon, Kirkland Signature. Thanks for your sweet, sweet dragon juice.
Dragon juice.